everyone, Helen Blunden here at Activate Learn on Twitter. I thought today I might actually, rather than talk about work, talk about the 3 books that I am going to read next. Our library, because of the COVID lockdowns that we've been in for the last however long, it's been months, finally things are opening up, but the library hasn't just yet. So what happens is we've got to order our books online and then they get delivered to us at home, which is great. I love it. However, it does take time for the books to be delivered, unfortunately. So I end up having to wait. And I waited about 5 days to get these books. Now, I didn't know anything about these books. I just kind of randomly picked them. I literally have zero idea what they're about. So if you've read these books, make sure you provide some of the comments, because I'd be interested in what you think about these. The first one is this one. Sue Monk Kidd, who was the author of The Secret Life of Bees, which I loved, is a new book, published 2020 actually this year, called The Book of Longings. I don't even know why I picked this up, but what is it about? Anna is a rebellious young woman, a gifted writer with a curious, brilliant mind, who writes secret narratives about the neglected and silenced women around her. Raised in a wealthy family in Galilee, she is sheltered from the brutality of Rome's occupation of Israel. Anna is expected to marry an elderly widower to further her father's ambitions, a prospect that horrifies her. A chance encounter with the 18-year-old carpenter, Jesus, haunts her. His ideas and his passions are intoxicating. Or his passion, not his passions. Taking Anna on a journey she could never have imagined, The Book of Longings is a glorious evocation of a time and place where astounding events unfold, and one woman's fate when she fights to make her voice heard. Now, I think I got this simply not because of the religious overtones, because I'm not religious, but I like the idea of having a woman's voice and the period and the time that this happened, where women obviously, well, we don't know, women were probably, well, they didn't have a voice. And so Anna in this book, I actually started reading it. I'm on to page 48 already. Sucked me right in. So I'm really looking forward to reading this story. And it has the feeling so far of something like Elizabeth Gilbert's City of Girls, or any of Elizabeth Gilbert's writing, because it's so positive towards women. But I'll reserve that judgment because literally I'm only 48 pages in. Okay, second book. Second book is Kate Morton's The Clockmaker's Daughter. Now, Kate Morton is really well known. She's written so many books. This one was published in 2018. It's highly likely that many of you have probably read this. I'm a bit behind the 8 ball. What is this about and why did I pick it? I picked it because of the title. I kind of knew about this book, but I have zero idea what's in it. So this one is My Real Name, No One Remembers, The Truth About That Summer No One Else Knows. In the summer of 1862, a group of young artists, led by the passionate and talented Edward Radcliffe, descends upon Birchwood Manor on the banks of the Upper Thames. Their plan to spend a secluded summer month in a haze of inspiration and creativity. Hey, maybe I like that. But by the time their stay is over, one woman has been shot dead while another has disappeared. The priceless heirloom is missing and Edward Radcliffe's life is in ruins. Over 150 years later, Elodie Winslow, a young archivist in London, uncovers a leather satchel containing 2 seemingly unrelated items: a sepia photograph of an arresting-looking woman in Victorian clothing and an artist's sketchbook containing the drawing of a twin-cabled house on the bend of a river. Why does Birchwood Manor feel so familiar to Elodie? And who is this beautiful woman in the photograph? Will she ever give her secrets? Told by multiple voices across time, The Clockmaker's Daughter is a story of murder, mystery, thievery, art, love and loss. And flowing through its pages like a river is the voice of a woman who stands outside time and whose name has been forgotten by history and but who has watched it all unfold. Birdie Bell, The Clockmaker's Daughter. Hey, so maybe there's a theme here. Maybe I was going for voices of women. Hang on, have they all written by women? Yes, they are. There you go. Maybe just, isn't it funny how sometimes you just pick books just like that? Anyway, interested to read this. This looks like a hefty read with 585 pages. Right, third book, last book, is Alice Robinson, The Glad Shout. This one, again, I have really no idea about. Some of the quotes and the testimonials. The Glad Shout is both a haunting and elegy and a fierce paean, whatever that is, to surviving the future. Riveting, by Kate Kennedy. Eliza Henry Jones says a luminous novel pulsing with love and loss. And Peggy Frew says poetic, taut and raw. Now, what is it about? I think it's an Australian book. See, little do I know. Okay. What is it about? After a catastrophic storm destroys Melbourne. Yay, Melbourne. Oh, it's a storm. Sorry. We don't want that. I live in Melbourne. Isabel flees to higher ground with her husband and a young daughter. Food supplies run low. Panic sets in. And still no help arrives. To protect her daughter, Isabel must take drastic action. It's an extraordinary novel of rare depth and texture, told in a starkly visual and compelling narrative. This is profoundly moving homage to motherhood and the struggles faced by women in difficult times. Theme there, isn't there? Okay. Right. Who is Alice Robinson? She grew up in Parkville. That's the suburb where our zoo, Melbourne Zoo, is located. Great park there too. She earned a Bachelor of Creative Arts from the University of Melbourne. Yay! And a PhD in Creative Writing from Victoria University, where she was awarded the Vice Chancellor's Award for Research and Research Training. Her fiction, essays and reviews have been published widely in literary journals, including Kill Your Darlings, The Lifted Brow, Overland Text, Fireflies Arena and Meanjing. Alice's debut novel, Anchor Point, was longlisted for the Stella Prize and the Indie Book Awards debut fiction in 2016, and she now lives in Warragul in Victoria, in our state, with her family. So there you go, Alice Robinson, The Glad Shout. Doesn't say much in here, but one key theme I'm picking out from these three books, which I literally did not even recognize when I ordered these books, is the voice of women. All these books written by women, and I would not be surprised if they somehow show the voice of women and the strength of women and the hardships they go through. So look at that. I've got a hefty amount of reading ahead of me. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, has anyone read these books? Let me know what you think. Okay, bye for now. That's Ren and Stimpy. That's West Ham. That's Scorpio. That's the Tigers Football Club. It's my husband's quilt. Okay, I'll feed you now. Bloody hell.